It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. A very happy Friday to all of you. My co-pilot is missing today, and so I want to send a very special good morning to Phil. I hope he gets well soon. But we're going to be in for a wonderful show today. So excited about all of the guests that we have on. So if you need to call someone, wake them up, tell them it's time to get up. It's Friday morning. Bahamas at Sunrise is live, and we've got a show that you do not want to miss. Coming up this morning, we're going to be talking with the National Children's Ministry Day team. Now, you might remember they've been with us several weeks now talking about this. Well, the program actually happened throughout this week, so we're going to be finding out more about it and how there's still time to get involved this coming weekend. In addition to that, if you love food and you love to travel, but you don't have plans to go away this weekend, have no fear. I'm going to take you all around the world today. We've got a team in from the International Food Festival. They're going to be talking to us about what's happening there. And of course, we're going to be learning more about the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. They have so many things happening, recent accreditations, and so much more. So we're going to be learning more from them as well. And I cannot forget the Most Holy Trinity is in the house. They have an upcoming event called their Fall Festival, and they're going to be talking with us about that as well. Listen, if that's not enough, the U.S. Embassy is here. They're having a college career fair coming up. So if you've got young students in the house, people looking to go off to college, whether this coming fall or next year or in the years to come, you want to learn more about it, wake them up, tell them to tune into Bahamas at Sunrise. The U.S. Embassy is here to share more details on that. And very importantly, Dr. Valerie Knowles is here to talk about World Mental Health Month. An important conversation that we can never have enough of, learning more about our mental health and how we can protect those and look out for those that do suffer from mental health challenges. So you've got all of that and more, and you get to see Godfrey Burnside twice. So we want you to stay with us. Before I go any further, I would like to remind you that St. Matthew's Anglican Church, tomorrow they celebrate by having their annual fair. And so you can go on down to St. Matthew's Anglican Church. That's right off between Shirley Street and, you know, the bridge, as we like to say. And you can stop on by St. Matthew's. They've got a kiddie corner. They've got tons of food, and it will all be on sale all day tomorrow. So remember to check out St. Matthew's. And now Godfrey's going to let us know what the weather looks like as we celebrate the International Food Festival this weekend and St. Matthew's Fair. Here he is with our first look at weather, Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Star, and good morning, Bahamas. First, I'd like to wish my son a happy birthday. Godfrey Burnside Jr. celebrates his birthday today. You know it's to be Columbus Day. Elsewhere, for the rest, now we have the weather-wise across the islands. We do have a weak frontal boundary across south central Florida, along with some trailing moisture out of Michael, and that could trigger off pockets of showers and thunderstorms, particularly with the extreme northwest Bahamas over the next 36 hours. In your weather today, mix of sun and clouds with a few afternoon showers, maybe like a little thunderstorm. Your high temperature going to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy and warm with a chance of a few nighttime showers, one isolated thunderstorm. Your low temperature going down to 76 degrees Fahrenheit. And some region highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados, 83 and 76. In Jamaica, 79 and 73. In Trinidad, 88 and 76. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 87 and 76. Across North America, Atlanta, 72 and 52. In Raleigh, 71 and 56. In Miami, 87 and 78. Dallas, Texas, 71 and 59. And Toronto, Canada, 53 and 49. As we go through the weekend, a mix of sun and clouds, still on the warm side. We won't roll out a shower thunderstorm by afternoon, though temperature daytime will be around the 90-degree mark. At nighttime, in the mid to upper 70s. That puts you up in your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. Now, we've been talking to you about this for some time. We had Pastor Ricardo Miller come on with us. We were letting you know that it was time to get excited about children's ministry again, that there is a place for our young children in our ministries, and this was something that you could look forward to. So it's been happening now for the past week, and we've got some amazing people in the studio with us this morning, Pastor Miller. So thank you so much for bringing them. We're going to be talking with Pastor Rosemary Winbush. She is the pastor of children at the Bethel Church. And we've also got Pastor Dale Hudson, who is the founder and director of Building Children's Ministry. Good morning, pastors, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you. Good morning.
Listen, I'm so happy to have you. I can tell from your faces and from the cool shirts. I hope you brought me a cool shirt because I really like the shirts. That you guys have been having just an awesome time over the past week.
It's been exciting. The National Children's Ministry Day initiative kicks off really on Wednesday with our National Pastors Breakfast at the Miles Monroe Diplomat Center. And then on last night, we had a packed house at the Nassau Yacht Club recognizing the distinguished services of some of our nation's best in children's ministry. And then on tomorrow, we're kicking it off with our summit, a National Children's Ministry Workers Summit. So we're really, really excited about it.
Now, I'm really excited about that summit. You and I discussed it before. Registration still open in case
registration is still open.
Awesome.
As a matter of fact, people can walk up right there because if someone didn't know if they would be available, now you know that you can actually register right on spot.
Okay, all right. So just give me those details one more time for registration.
All right, they can go to our website, ricardomiller.com, to register for the summit. It kicks off tomorrow morning at 8:30. We're going to have light free refreshments, ready breakfast, making sure that people get there. And then 9 o'clock, our agenda kicks off 16 different workshops.
Oh, awesome.
At the Queens College campus. And we're looking forward. Dale Hudson from Memphis, Tennessee. He's our keynote speaker at one of our opening session. And then Miss Winbush, Pastor Winbush from Jacksonville, Florida, she will be another keynote speaker tomorrow.
Listen, I'm so excited. I'm going to talk to them in just a second. But before we do that, is it open to just anyone, or do you need to be like a pastor? Talk to me about who this is really for.
Yeah, thank you. Anyone that's passionate about reaching the next generation, if you're interested in sharing the gospel with children, with young people, your church, every church needs to be a part of this training. It's not for one particular denomination or one group of people. Listen, we have almost every denomination in the country, and more than 5 islands will be represented coming in to this training.
Listen, I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this will mean for this next generation. So what happens in 10 years, what happens in 15 years as a result of what happens tomorrow. And, I was talking to someone earlier this week, Pastor Dale, and I was saying, we need to respect our kids more. They have so much to bring to the table and so much to offer. You have been the founder of Building Children's Ministry, and tomorrow you're one of the keynote speakers. Why is children's ministry so important?
I could talk about that for hours, but just real quickly, just a quick illustration. People often say that kids are like wet cement. They're very moldable, impressionable, and I think that's so true, but we have to remember that there's just this short window of time until wet cement becomes concrete.
This is true.
And it is hard to write in concrete, right? So while kids are young, we want to write God's ways into their lives, God's wisdom, and all that into their lives while they're still open and pliable to the things of God. So I think that's why we feel the urgency to do our ministry.
Okay. I love that, and I think I'm going to use that example from now on. So thank you so much for that, Pastor Dale. And for you, Pastor Winbush, why is it important that churches invest in this type of training, right? So it's one thing for us to know that, okay, we got to do something with our kids. But why is it important for you to say, okay, we can't just take this lightly. We've got to attend the summit. We've got to make plans that are goal-oriented and that we can see something growing with our kids. Why is it important for churches to take that initiative?
Yes, it's important because the church is entrusting the workers with the lives of families, the next community, the next nation. So as much as they invest or how little they invest, they're demonstrating their statement about the future.
Okay.
So we've got to make sure that churches know about the importance of investing in the workers so the workers can work at an optimal level, be excellent at what they do, and produce.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense to me, right?
Yes.
Is it possible, though, to get children on fire for God, as we say? Is it possible to make church a place that is irresistible to kids, you think, Pastor?
Yeah, I think so. I've met so many people over the years that say, I'm not going to go to church because I was made to go as a child. And I thought about, you don't have to make someone go where they enjoy being, right?
Right.
The Bible says I was glad when they said, let us go to the house of the Lord. It didn't say I was sad.
This is true.
So
this is true.
You can create this fun place where kids are so excited about coming that they end up dragging their parents to church. And so yes, it can be done if you have some intentionality. And we're going to be sharing a lot of great things tomorrow about how you can make church a fun, irresistible experience for kids.
Awesome, awesome. And in terms of a national agenda for children's ministry, when we look at this from a national perspective, why is that important?
It's important because the truth of the matter is, if you look at churches nationally from a Sunday school perspective, and for those who have already started to embrace the concept of children's ministry, children coming to our churches, numbers are down. But yet the numbers of children within our country is increasing.
Right.
We got to ask some serious questions, and we have to make sure that we're addressing appropriately what needs to be addressed to ensure that the faith don't feel it in years to come. Right. Children would love God if we would simply present him appropriately to them. But the summit is centered around the idea every church needs to make sure that their workers are skilled in sharing the gospel with kids.
So, Pastor Winbush, I'm going to leave you with the final word. I'm just so excited for you guys. Really hoping for a wonderful, wonderful summit tomorrow, and congratulations on the past week. But Pastor Winbush, when we look toward the future, when we think about these kids, when we think about our churches, when we think about the importance of it all, just give us one final push for people to come out tomorrow and let them know why they need to be there.
You need to be there because we want you to pay attention to children. We want you to pay attention to the environment where they live. We want you to pay attention to the schools. We want you to pay attention to everything that touches the lives of children. And if you have a heart to change the lives of children, you need to be there, because within children, they carry the seeds. They're the breeding ground for the next families, the next church, the next generation, the next communities, the next nation. They're the next. So we've got to pay attention to our children. And if you have a heart to do that, you need to be there.
Okay. Yes. All right. And so that's tomorrow morning, 8:30. You start with the registration. Queens College grounds. 16 awesome sessions.
16 awesome
And you can
sessions.
register on the spot, so you've got no excuses.
Come on, you can't miss this.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise, and all the best tomorrow.
Thank you for having us.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want First Response on your side, call 321st or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First Response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Do you want to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible? The Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from Nassau and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Well, if you've always wanted to travel the world, if you've always wanted to be one of those food connoisseurs that you see on the Food Network, you've got the opportunity to do so, and you don't even have to leave the Bahamas, because the International Cultural Food Festival is coming up this weekend, and you get to explore it all. You get to go to Cuba, Italy, Jamaica, Belize, Mexico, and Canada, and so much more without ever leaving Nassau. We're going to find out more about it this morning by talking to two of these awesome people, and their names are, we're very happy to have Mr. Peter Gowdy, who's on the Advisory Council for the this year's festival. And of course, he runs the Canada booth. So if you love the cider up there at the Canada booth, this is the man that you want to see. And Mr. Jaglu, and I'm sure I messed that up, but he is from the Jamaica booth, and he's going to correct me in just a second. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
So I'm going to give you the first opportunity to correct me.
Good morning and good morning, Bahamas.
And what's that name for me?
Devendra Jagru. Mr. Jagru is fine.
Mr. Jagru is fine.
Jagru, yeah.
Okay. Now you're running the finger licking roti and curry specialist booth number 60.
Yes, ma'am.
What can I expect at that booth?
The best roti and curry in town.
Sound like a plan to me. So I'm going to be there at booth number 60. But there's so much more happening at the festival this year. So let's back up a bit and find out where, if anything has changed, and when and what time the festival happens.
Okay. So the festival is Saturday and Sunday. It goes from 10 to 6 both days.
Okay.
And there's the free concert Saturday night.
Okay.
Of which we have Scorch Conch, who's going to be doing the entertainment this year.
Okay.
And then we have so many, it's at the Botanical Gardens, right across from the fish fry. And for those who want to know, we have 20 foreign countries represented.
Wow.
And then you have the Bahamas, so we have 21 countries.
Okay.
And there's 32 Bahamian booths.
Wow.
So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of great food,
Okay.
a lot of great beer
And more.
margaritas and a little bit of everything.
All right.
Yeah.
And I've also enjoyed over the past few years the cultural aspects of the show. So it's not just that you're walking around and getting good food and good drinks, but if you want to just take a break in the middle of all that eating, because I go to several booths, you can actually stand by and watch a show, right? So
Yes.
are there performances this year
Yes,
as well?
there's a number of performances by different countries and from the Bahamas.
Okay.
We actually get a number of students, even from UB, who go around the different booths to understand some of the culture and some of the background and where the food came from.
Okay.
That was the original reason for the festival in the first place.
Right.
It is on the 50th anniversary of the United Nations is when the Food Fest was first created to bring the different cultures together.
Wow.
Which is what it's all about, really.
And food does that, right? How many years have you been doing the festival now?
I've been in the Bahamas for almost 17 years, and I've been involved with the festival for that length of time.
Wow.
With the Guyana booth and now with the Jamaican in the Jamaican village.
Okay.
It has just gotten better over the years.
Wow.
And this year promises to be even more better,
or
the best for the last 22. This will be the 23rd.
Okay.
This promises to be best. It gets better.
Every year. So I go back for the same food every year. So this year I promised myself that I'm going to try something new. I'm not going to just go and eat the Indian samosas and get Jamaican roti. I'm going to actually go to a new booth and try a new thing. And I think that that's what this gives us the opportunity to do, to learn more about each other.
Absolutely. And that's the beauty of it. When you've got so many different countries and then all the different Bahamian booths, you're better to go around and buy small portions from a whole bunch of booths and get to taste different food that you've never had before.
Yeah, certainly. So I'm looking forward to that. And my husband and I have always gone, but I've got a baby this year. Is this a family-friendly event? Can we bring kids out? Is there something special for the kids?
There's kids rides. There's pony rides. I don't know how old your child is, but you have to hold her hand. But it is a family-centric event where we don't have any issues, don't have any problems. People just go to have fun.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. And then in terms of cost, what does that cost look like?
Nominal, really. I mean, especially with the free concert, $10 to get in for adults, $2 for kids. This isn't an expensive event. Okay. And then, with having been able to bring in through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, who sponsors us, we were allowed to bring in our beer and some of our food duty free, so it isn't too expensive. Excellent. So it's really not expensive.
Okay. No. And then should we be concerned about security?
We have plenty of security, including the police. Okay. We have our own security firm we hire, and they make sure that the parking lots are safe, especially. Okay. We have not ever, knock on wood, ever had any incidents. In our history. All right. And we have plenty of security.
And then in terms of sponsors, are there people that you wanted to make us aware of that decided to bring this to us in addition to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs?
Well, there's the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has always sponsored it, and they take care of the duty for the foreign vendors. And then, of course, we have lots of sponsors. You know, we have Coke, we have Bahamas Waste, who's a platinum sponsor, and they've always looked after us. Burns House. We have a number of sponsors in there, and we just have everything available. It's just a fun time.
So this guy looks like a fun guy. He's been doing this 17 years, moving from Guyana now again, the Jamaican village. You're gonna bring that roadie for me tomorrow. I'm coming tomorrow, so I want to see you at booth number 60.
Booth 60.
Booth 60 in the Jamaican village. Why should people come? Just give us one final push for everybody to come on out there and have a good time.
Like Peter said, it's a family-oriented event. If you're looking for a getaway on the weekend with your family, right? I mean, the beach is okay. We have all the best beaches in the world is in the Bahamas.
Right.
But the botanical gardens, where we all should head this week. The admission is not very expensive, and the experience is what comes when you get in.
Yeah, and it is a wonderful experience.
Oh, it is.
It is a wonderful experience. All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise. Looking forward to a wonderful weekend, and the weather's supposed to be good.
Awesome.
Yes. The weather's going to be good. So we would come out in the rain. So I know we're going to be out there now that it's sunny. So thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
If you need umbrella, you'll need it for the sun, not for no rain. There's no rain this year.
No rain this year.
I claim that.
In Jesus' name, we're at the International Food Festival, and we hope that you will join them. And remember that gates open at 10, goes until 6, and on Saturday night there is a concert, so you want to stay tuned for all of that. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Do you want to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible? The Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from Nassau and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
COB prepared me to be a leader by teaching me to work hard for what I want. I'm the first chief internal auditor at the University of Bahamas. To me, that's an honor to be able to do that. I feel like I'm giving back to a university that gave me a start in my life. I'm Errol Thompson, and this is my UB.
Apply today at www.ub.edu.bs.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Learn, grow, achieve. That is the motto of the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute, also known as BTVI, and its mission is to provide learning opportunities that enable individuals to be globally competitive and economically independent. Can I get an amen? Here to talk more about this institution and all that they have to offer, we're very happy to welcome Dr. Robert W. Robertson, who's the BTVI president, and Alicia Thompson, who's the Associate VP for Fund Development. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
A pleasure to have you both with us. Loving the ambrosia print in the BTVI. It is stunning. And so many exciting things have been happening with BTVI recently, so I want to get into that. But for those who do not know, can you just give us a general overview of BTVI and the campuses that you now operate across the Bahamas?
Well, obviously we're a technical and vocational school, so we're kind of a community college. It'd be the U.S. equivalent. We have about 3,000 students in total now. We have a number of students in different campuses. We're in Freeport, Nassau. We have a campus in Abaco, a campus in Andros, and we're looking at possibly extending into Eleuthera, Exuma, and Inagua. We've had a lot of interest from some of the family islands, which I think is really positive. It's difficult for some family island students to come to Nassau, get involved in school, find a place to stay. It's just challenging, and oftentimes they want to stay in their own home islands. And so we're really looking forward to the opportunities in extending into some of those areas. We also offer some online courses, so students can continue their studies in various different places. So it's been a very interesting year so far, very exciting, with about a 30% growth in enrollment, and actually about a 50% growth in enrollment in Grand Bahama.
That's excellent. I mean, those are statistics that anybody would be happy to hear. And as somebody that's come from the Family Islands, I know how important it is to have opportunity, and to have that extended, I think, is very exciting. So we wish you the best in that venture. And certainly one of the things that makes BTVI so outstanding is that you've recently been accredited as well. You've received a new accreditation from the United Kingdom based on the City and Guilds of London Institute.
Correct.
Tell us about that training session conducted recently.
So it's really important to have external verification of the courses that you offer. BTVI has pursued the City and Guilds accreditation through the London the London head office of City and Guilds, and we now have that accreditation as a center. So essentially a student could get a BTVI credential, a credit, but it also would be recognized elsewhere in about 90 different countries around the world. And so that's a really important piece. In addition to that accreditation, though, I just wanted to mention we have a number of certified courses we offer, particularly in the ICT environment, the information, communication, and technology environment, through companies like Cisco, Microsoft, Google, a variety of other companies like that. CompTIA is a large one, and we're ranked as #1 in the Caribbean and Latin America for graduates through CompTIA, which is an international industry-based standard.
Okay, I mean, that's excellent. And we know that ICT is the way of the future. So this certainly provides students with an opportunity and an alternative to maybe something traditional, but that still allows them to get certified and to work. And so that's really exciting stuff.
It is.
A part of this, and I'm going to come to you now, Alicia, is that, it's access, right? So one thing we talked about is access on the islands being present, but also the opportunity to pay, because some people don't have that. But you guys have done a phenomenal job also in terms of sourcing funds, and that credit belongs to you. But the Be Your Own Boss Scholarship, talk to me about that.
Definitely. So we would all be aware of the government's recent announcement about the tuition, we hate to call it free tuition, so we like to call it the tuition assistance.
Right.
And Be Your Own Boss is the name that was coined. I mean, imagine that, be your own boss. So many times people are out there and there's always this comment, I can't find a job. And so we're saying when you come and you learn a skill, then you are now opening yourself up to be your own boss and to create opportunities for yourself. And so we applaud the government on this decision, because having done that, they have provided opportunities for so many people on a daily basis. As Dr. Robertson would have alluded to, we have seen an increase on our campus here at New Providence of over 30%.
Wow.
And so we see the young and the not so young, and they're all speaking about this newfound opportunity, because we know there are persons who are in between jobs, for example, persons who may have lost jobs, persons who need to upskill, persons who need to retool. And so this has given them the opportunity to come in. The Be Your Own Boss Scholarship Program, Tuition Assistance Program, offers not only tuition, but also books as well.
Wow.
And so, so there's no excuse as to why these persons won't be doing well in this environment.
That's excellent. And so how can somebody follow up on what is needed or required in order to take advantage of the Be Your Own Boss Scholarship Assistance?
Okay, certainly. So the basic requirement is that you gain acceptance into the BTVI. And so we say apply. There are some requirements, you'd bring in your high school transcripts, and you'd bring in proof of identification. You will have to be a full-time student. The offering was open to both returning as well as existing students. And we just want persons to know that you would have to maintain a grade point average of a 2.5 in order to remain on the program. But the thing is, you will be there full time. You will have access to the best instructors in the world, and so there will be no reason why the students will not, I'm sure, be able to maintain that GPA.
You also got something really exciting happening with the Diaghilev Memorial Scholarship, and that provides funding for about 15 to 20 students annually. And that was a substantial scholarship. Talk to me about that.
Certainly, we were so excited, and we are grateful to the Diaghilev family for investing, for showing the level of investor confidence in us that they did. I can remember when the widow of Vincent Diaghilev, Mrs. Marina Diaghilev, came by. She, as well as Mrs. Saskia Diaghilev, who you'd know to be the wife of the Minister of tourism. They came by, they walked about, and after the meeting they said, you know, this is something that we want to support. We want to invest in this. They knew who Mr. Vincent de Aguilar was and how committed he was to technical education in particular, and they said, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this in a big way. And that was the largest single private donation that we'd ever received. And I can also say that many persons now have said, okay, well, now the government is offering this tuition, so we don't need to come and bring private funds. Not so. Not so. We need the money. As a matter of fact, right after the announcement, before we had an opportunity to call the de Aguilars, they called us and they said, okay, now we see that we need to have a conversation. And they said, now, let's talk. I said, okay, well, the government is offering it to full-time. Well, we remain committed. We are resolute in that we want to support BTVI students. And so if the opportunity that the government is offering is for full-time, then we want to offer opportunities to part-time students. And I can tell you, at this point, we have 15 students here, full-time, at the New Providence campus, and the offering has also been extended to students in the Grand Bahama and Abaco campuses. So there's another 3 to 5 persons there who will be benefiting from this.
Phenomenal, phenomenal. I'm excited. I remember when you came in first and you were talking about the plans for BTVI. I see you on the track to do that. Any final words you want to leave with us about the institution and where it's going next and how people can maybe get on board with you?
Well, I think it's important to recognize that it's an open access institute, and so even if you don't meet the minimum requirements that Ms. Thompson just mentioned, we'll work with students to get them to that point and bring them in. So we really are kind of a nurturing college in that respect, and that's what excites me. It's open access to everyone, irrespective of your skills. And what we're really trying to do at the end of the day is to build and address the skills gap, which is so evident in the Bahamas.
Right. Well, we want to thank you guys so much for coming today, for all the work that you've been doing since we last spoke. And just looking forward to more wonderful things happening. Is there a number that people can call just to reach out?
Definitely. 502-6300. That is our contact here at the campus. And of course, we will give you the numbers for all of the other campuses. Once you call us at that, you can reach us on Twitter and Instagram at BTVI242. That's at BTVI242. We also have a website, btvi.edu.bs. And we have a Facebook page, the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. So there's no reason to say you can't reach
every way possible to reach them. And of course, it's an open access campus. Thanks again for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Bahamas, fasten your seatbelt, put your tray tables and chairs in their upright and locked positions as Bahamas Air spreads its wings with new service into Houston. It's a really big deal, with tickets starting as low as $4.55 per person for non-stop service into the great state of Texas. Don't miss your opportunity. Purchase your ticket to Houston for just $4.55. Book Bahamas Air online, visit any one of our sales offices, or call reservations to purchase your round-trip ticket into Houston today.
Hi, I'm Davrielle, and welcome to Rev Tips, where we answer your most important Rev service questions. Today's question is, how do I set up a Rev My account? It's super easy. To create a Rev My account, simply visit www.cablebahamas.com and click the My Account icon. Next, select the Create Account option. Please have a copy of your latest statement on hand. Enter the information as it appears on the statement to the respective areas on the form. When you've finished, click Create Account to continue with the process. Once you've registered your account, you can use your username and password to check your account balance, view past statements, and pay your bill online. And that's your Rev Tip for this week. Thanks for watching, and be sure to join us next time.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point on this Friday show. Still missing you, Phil. My co-pilot flying solo is definitely not as fun without you, but we've been having a wonderful morning so far. Just a reminder that that food festival happens throughout the weekend. So that's both Saturday and Sunday, starting at 10, going until 6. If you check out booth number 60, that's the Jamaican finger-looking booth with the best roti, according to my guests. You also get to get some of the Bahama Blue Water. They're partnering with that particular booth. So you want to make sure that you go out there and support those vendors. As you go on out tomorrow, remember also to support St. Matthew's Anglican Church Fair. That starts at 12 noon and goes until 5. Definitely a weekend full of activities for the family, and so we hope that you will go out and enjoy. Listen, we've still got more to come in the second half. Holy Trinity is actually here to talk to us about a fall festival that they've got coming up. In addition to that, we have the U.S. Embassy in town. They're going to be talking with us about an upcoming college and career fair that they've got going on. So you want to make sure that you call all of your young people to the TV right now, or if they're watching us on Facebook, let them know that we're going to be giving them details on the best opportunities for you to go to college in the U.S. And in addition to that, we're talking about something critically important in our nation, and that is World Mental Health Month. So we want you to stay with us. We've got more to come. And guess what? The best part happens now. You get to take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise. Brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, Bahamas. Just a second look at weather sunrise. We want to take a trip around the tropics. We have 3 systems so you're watching at this time. First, we have Michael. That is a post-tropical storm, Michael, as it moves away from the United States. And at 5 a.m. this morning, post-tropical storm Michael is located in latitude 38.0 degrees north, longitude 73.1 degrees west, or about 185 miles to the east-northeast of Norfolk, Virginia. Michael is moving towards the northeast at 29 miles per hour. Winds at this time are sustained and have increased to 65 miles per hour with higher gusts. And then we have Leslie, and Leslie's been around for a very long time. Leslie moving quickly towards the east-northeast or the eastern Atlantic, and at 5 a.m. this morning, the center of Hurricane Leslie was located near latitude 31.9 degrees north, longitude 31.0 degrees west, about 480 miles south-southwest of the Azores. Leslie is moving towards the east-northeast at 28 miles per hour. Those winds now sustained near 90 miles per hour. And then we have Nadine. At 5 a.m. this morning, the center of Tropical Storm Nadine was located in latitude 15.2 degrees north and longitude 35.5 degrees west, about 740 miles west of the west-southernmost part of the Cape Verde Islands. Nadine is moving towards the west-northwest near 8 miles per hour, sustained winds near 50 miles per hour with higher gusts. And then we are monitoring an active tropical wave in the west-central Caribbean Sea. That's moving towards the west-northwest, and over the next 5 days has a 40% chance of development. On the local scene, we do have a weak frontal boundary across south-central Florida, along with some tropical moisture trailing out of Michael, and so we can expect pockets of some unsettled weather, showers and thunderstorms, particularly with the extreme northwest Bahamas over the next 36 hours. In your marine forecast, winds blowing south to southwest at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Saturday, those winds become southerly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest Bahamas, continuing east to southeast at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet over the central and southeastern islands. And then on Sunday, those winds are southeasterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest Bahamas, continuing east to southeast at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Your tides. You can expect a high tide at 9:47 this morning, next low tide at 4:12 this afternoon, high gain tonight at 7 minutes past 10. Sunset was 6:44 this evening, rising tomorrow at 7:07, UV index 8, your water temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit, and the moon phase, new moon. Extended look, a mix of sun and cloud, still on the warm side, still a chance of a shower thunderstorm by afternoon. Hopefully it'll be pretty good for the National Food Fest. Temperature daytime will be around the lower 90s, at nighttime in the mid to upper 70s. That puts you up in your final look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. The 4th Annual Education USA Bahamas Fall College Fair is scheduled for next Saturday, October 20th at the Malia Nassau Beach Resort, where students can meet with representatives from over 40 U.S. colleges and universities. That's over 40 options to choose from. Here to tell us more, we're very happy to welcome Penny Reckerman. I messed that up. Penny Reckerman. Oh, Penny, darn it. We practiced this.
You had it
Penny.
the first time. Penny Reckerman.
Reckerman. I
Yes.
had it. I had it, guys. I promise you. Okay. Penny Reckerman and she's forgiven me, and she's the Public Affairs Officer at the U.S. Embassy, and Chanel Claire. She's the Education and Cultural Specialist at the U.S. Embassy. Ladies, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Such a joy to have you with us and to be doing something so special and so important for our young people. So we're really excited.
Well, thank you. So are we.
Yeah.
We're really excited to offer this to Bahamian students. There's nothing more than what we would like to see is have all Bahamian students go to the U.S. for their higher education.
Okay.
We know that that's not always possible, but that's what we really want. And so this is one way, this is their gateway into that opportunity.
All right. And so the goal of the fair then, I guess, is to just do that, to show them this is what's accessible to you and so much more.
It is. And what is so great about a U.S. education is that we offer so many varieties. You can go to a big university with 65,000 students. You can go to a small university with less than 1,000.
Wow.
You can do a community college. You can study whatever you want to do. And this is the opportunity to research your options, which is part of the Education USA model.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So what are some of the colleges that will be participating in the fair this year?
Chanel has been working directly with them, so I'm going to let her talk about all the schools who have contacted us.
Yeah, sure. So we have some of our returners like New York University, Hillsborough Community College, Florida International University, Northeastern University. We have some newcomers like Everett University, and Clayton State University, Prairie View A&M University. So we have a really good mix of community colleges, I would say some of your larger institutions, your larger state institutions, and then also some of our schools that you just necessarily may have never heard about.
Okay.
And that's the wonderful thing about Education USA. It really showcases the diversity of the United States and how many options are available and really what each state has to offer. We know our students love Florida.
Right.
They love Georgia.
So we will have representation.
And of course we have representation from those schools. But what we love is that Education USA also showcases that the Midwestern states are there, the Western states are there, the Northern states are there, and students get to see what opportunities those colleges have to offer.
And some students are actually looking for that, right? Like they want to go to someplace cold, or they may want to go where there are mountains, or where there are opportunities for them to do things like horseback riding. Like literally, people have different interests, but if you're never exposed to it, you just don't know.
Exactly.
And so this provides great exposure.
Exactly.
Awesome. Now, the day is set up in terms of 4 sessions. Can you guys explain that to me?
Yeah, so what we've learned from in the past is that there's a lot of interest out there.
Right.
And so we want to give students as much opportunity as possible to really spend time with the representatives. So how we've divided it into 4 one-hour sessions.
Okay.
And so students have to go to our Eventbrite page and sign up. Please only sign up for one session, folks. I know that you want to stay on all day long, and we love you so much. But please just sign up for one session. You will get all the information you need. And the great thing is through Eventbrite, we will have your information to share with the universities.
Okay. So is that Eventbrite link? We just go to Eventbrite and type in U.S. Embassy, or how would we actually find the link to register?
So the link is a bit lengthy, but it's edusabahcollegefair.eventbrite.com. So I'll repeat that again. edusabahcollegefair.eventbrite.com.
Okay.
But if you go onto Eventbrite, you search up events happening in Nassau, Bahamas. Ours will pop up for October 20th.
Okay, excellent. And
our
we can go on
links,
the Facebook page
yes,
as well, right?
and our links are also on the U.S. Embassy's Nassau's Facebook page and also Education USA Bahamas' Facebook page.
Okay.
We've also been featuring each day a college or university that's visiting and links to their website, so you can check that out. And a few days ago, we posted the full listing of colleges and universities on both sites, so you can go ahead and take a look.
So can anybody come to the event? Is it limited to like high school seniors, or Should they bring something with them? Like, who can come and actually enjoy this event after they signed up with the Eventbrite link?
Well, it's open to everyone.
Okay.
All of our events are always free. They're always public.
Okay.
But the people who are going to get the most benefit are those who are actually thinking about going to university.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter if you're in 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, or if you've graduated a long time ago. If you're looking to go to university or going to college in the United States, please sign up.
Okay.
Because that's who it's for.
Okay. Now, where will the fair be held, and what time does it get started?
Yeah, so the fair is going to be at Malia Nassau Beach Hotel. It starts at the session first in the morning at 9 a.m., focusing on student visas with the U.S. Embassy Nassau's consular section. Then we start our first fair session from 10:15 to 11:15. Our second fair session is from 11:30 to 12:30. Our reps need a little break. We need to recharge a little bit, so we have lunch. And then we come back from 2 to 3.
Okay.
And then our final session is from 3:15 to 4:15. And all of this is on our Eventbrite page, where you can go and select a time where you can register. We also encourage parents to come. We want to see parents come with students, and this is the reason why we do the Saturday fair model. So because we know when it gets down to finances and other things, it's mommy and daddy's money.
Mommy and daddy figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. And so we feel like mommy and daddy should be a part of that decision-making process. And so we want to see parents come out. We want to see those students who are still looking, as Penny said, for other options. We're going to have a special session with the Chicago School of Professional Psychology. And this is going to be geared towards persons who are looking to seek graduate and doctoral programs.
Excellent.
So if anybody out there is interested in pursuing a master's degree in that field, that is a special session just for you, and that starts at 10:30.
All right. So Penny, any final words from the U.S. Embassy perspective on why this is just so important for you guys?
Again, we want all Bahamians to be studying in the United States. We really believe that we have the best education out there, and to really build a partnership between, I mean, you're our third border.
Right.
We want that strong partnership. We want students visiting. We want students to study and come home and make the Bahamas even stronger than it is.
All right. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Looking
Thank
forward
you.
to a wonderful college fair next week. And I'm so happy that you mentioned that it's not just for high school students.
It's not.
But if you want to go to college, if you want to do a second degree or a third one, whatever it is, register at Eventbrite. Make sure that you're there. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. Remember that U.S. Embassy College Fair takes place next week, Saturday, October 20th. Get registered and find out how you can make your dreams come true through higher education. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
So who really own a Nassau container port?
Boss, that's easy. The government. I do.
I do. Thank you. I do.
I do. And one day, he will too.
I do. Knock knock.
Here at the Nassau Container Port, we've diversified our ownership to give hardworking Bahamians a piece of the economic pie. And we'll continue to grow so that we can give you a consistent return on your investment. That's our promise.
Wait, that's Omar Little from The Wire. You think everyone is Omar from The Wire?
Wow, it's really nice to meet a fan.
It's like he's right here. Are you telling me he was being all type shows and stuff?
And you know, Rev Go Play plays a lot of good movies and TV shows.
Excuse me, can't you see we're watching something else? Rude.
Settle all your pop culture disputes with Rev Go Play. Watch, record, and stream all your favorite shows wherever you are. Free for all Rev TV subscribers. Rev, you and us together.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. As you may have realized, October is National Youth Month, but it is also Mental Health Awareness Month. And today we wanted to merge both of those topics by considering mental health as it pertains to our young people specifically. Here to talk with us more about this, we're very happy to welcome Dr. Valerie Knowles. She's a licensed clinical psychologist with the Health Professions Council of the Bahamas. Good morning, Dr. Knowles. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, and thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much for being with us. This is something that I'm actually very passionate about, and it is mental health awareness, and as particularly relates to our young people, because I don't think a lot of people realize that youth is really the time when a lot of mental disorders start to display themselves. And so we're going to learn some more about that today. But on Wednesday past, that was really World Mental Health Day, and it focused specifically on the health of young people. What are some of the issues facing our youth in the area of mental health?
Right. I think I'm happy that you mentioned the thought that many persons, when they think of young people, they don't think of mental health. And I think one of the challenges we have here is just bringing the conversation to the fore. But also, too, there are two issues that are key here. I think one of those issues was highlighted at that conference was the need to culturally adapt what we look for in terms of ill health in young persons.
Okay.
You know, it's easy to pick up the Google, the internet, and you see the typical changing eating habits, irritable mood swings, and persons may think that until we see those signs, then there must be wellness around. But one of the things we found in young persons is that you may not even see those symptoms.
Okay.
Because, you know, as we tend to have robust, verbally aggressive children sometimes, and some of those symptomatology that you may think may represent ill health may be our normal ones.
Okay.
And so what we thought to look at, though, in terms of the fact that one of the challenges that young persons have, not enough people recognize that there can be ill health without symptomatology.
Okay.
The other thing we have in terms of a cultural response, before we go to individual, is that not enough persons respect the whole childhood and adolescent period.
Okay.
And we have, as mentioned before, unless you're paying bills, you have no stress. So we take that approach. Until you pay bills, until you pay rent, then life must be okay with you. And so they don't give respect to the school challenges, the hormonal changes, the peer pressure, the technology, the exams, the grades, the expectations to live up to other things, which we consider normal.
Right.
But these normal things could be stressful.
Okay.
And I think just going back to, in terms of how do we tell and what do we see, we recognize that, you know, you can only see a sign if you're looking. And many of our families in our homes today, there's no time to look and see.
Right.
Families have become like a gas station. You check in for the morning, you get your bag, you check out. I check you at night. I'm always on my Facebook. I'm always doing. So who's looking at the signs?
Wow.
Right? And so that's also our challenge.
Okay.
The very disconnectedness that comes with the modern age are some of our challenges.
I mean, those are so many things that you said that I would want to delve into, right? And I think the first thing I'll start with is this idea that stress does not belong to adults only.
Oh, yes.
And that the situations that our young people find themselves in, based on their perspective, their circumstance, their lives to this point, can be stressful for them. So we have to acknowledge that.
Exactly.
And I also like that you mentioned that we are so distracted sometimes that we cannot focus on what might be happening with them. So what are some of the solutions then that you think might be able to better guide us to see our young people for what they may be going through and to help them? How can we do a better job at identifying those things?
Right. I think one of the challenges we focus on is prevention mode. Like I tell parents, let's just always assume all adolescents, regardless of what the initial presentation looks like, are under stress just by being adolescents. So we stop looking for a certain group of persons who we consider to be not well. Okay? And so when we, as adults, begin to appreciate that this is just a normally turbulent time, we begin to behave to prevent distress, to minimize distress. And so it talks about us as adults we first need to be organized, like you mentioned, in our lives. And then we become intentional about creating activities deliberately to create positive memories and positive experiences in the lives of our children. So in the event that we are not there and we are not looking, we know we have left something inside for them to cope with. Okay, so that's taking like I said, the proactive approach, recognizing that in their quiet moments, in their deep moments, they're not going to be there. So it's a parenting, it's an attitude that you take that I'm always going to be treating children with respect because I know they are carrying their own loads.
Okay, okay, excellent. So I can appreciate that, and I think that's one. It's been a constant conversation for me this week, both earlier with children's ministry and in private conversation, this idea that we need to respect children and value them in a different way. But when we see that our children may be getting the attention they deserve, we're doing the best we can, but they're still acting out and something may be a bit wrong. What do we do then? Is there a number or someone that you would recommend that we see for counseling so that a child is getting the proper care that they need early on?
Well, I know that the Bahamas Psychologists Association, we've opened up. This is a new thing. This adds to all the other resources that are available. And the hotline that's just been established, the number is 422-2333. And this is for anybody, anywhere, anytime. It's not a suicide line or a death line, or it's all of those things. It's a normalcy line, which means even in the normal times, I'm in my preventative mode, and I need to know where do I go next. That's the line to call. And in that same regard too, the persons tend to go wherever they're connected, they go to for help. So if even it may be your job association, the nurses on the job, or the human resource officer, you're the adult, first make the call, and they may refer you to someplace else. But of course, the phone book, they're the normal places you go to get your help.
All right. Now, you won the Timothy McCartney Award for your contribution to psychology in the Bahamas. We have to go, but if you could just let us know what that was about, because I want to say congratulations to you.
Well, thank you. Right. I think that what happened is I've been working as a child psychologist for about 30 years, to be honest. And I think it's a time that I think they just stopped. It happened to be Youth Month. We happened to be talking about wellness. We happened to be talking about psychology, and so I got that award, and I strongly appreciate it.
All right. Well, congratulations to you, and thank you for all that you've given to this. And I hope that people would begin to take your words of advice and to use them in their own homes to protect our young people and to make sure that we're giving them the best help. So taking away from this, we need to be less distracted in our own selves, focus more on our young people, appreciate that they can be stressed out, and then take the steps to help them.
And strengthen childhoods, because that's where they get the foundation to fight the adult battles.
All right. Thank you so much. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Do you want to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible? The Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from NASA and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
COB prepared me to be a leader by teaching me to work hard for what I want. I'm the first chief internal auditor at the University of Bahamas. To me, that's an honor to be able to do that. I feel like I'm giving back to a university that gave me a start in my life. I'm Errol Thompson, and this is my UB.
Apply today at www.ub.edu.bs.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Well, we've got the Most Holy Trinity in the studio this morning. They're talking to us about their upcoming Fall Festival. Now, that happens next week, Saturday, October 20th, at the Church of the Most Holy Trinity, and they're going to let us know more about it. We're happy to welcome members of the festival committee, Vaughn Aubrey, Denise Butler-Brown, Levert Ross, and Brandon Johnson. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Listen, a pleasure to have the Most Holy Trinity in the house. The energy always goes up 10 notches whenever the Most Holy Trinity is here. And now you guys have been doing fairs and different conferences at Most Holy Trinity for a really long time. But this is your first time doing the Fall Festival in this fashion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me about that and the movement from fair to festival. What does that look like?
Well, initially when the church came together, Father, you know, he wanted to do something to bring the community together.
Okay.
So we put together a committee that have a lot of dynamic members. We have a lot of talent at Holy Trinity. So the objective was to get people with innovative ideas, innovative mindset to create a think tank. And a part of doing something exciting is changing the name. We didn't just want to have a fair. We wanted to have a fall festival. We want to make this a big deal. So that's how we came up with this concept.
Okay, all right. So now let's talk to me about what's going to happen at the festival, right? Now at a fair, right? I got some bohemian things I used to at a fair, right? I used to food, right? Especially comforters. So let's put that out there. Will there be food at this fall festival?
Oh, there's going to be a lot of food.
Will you be cooking at this fall festival? Because I like your food. Can we get specific? I don't have to wait till Thanksgiving.
No, you don't have to wait until Thanksgiving. But listen here, we have so many food booths. You know what I really like? They're talking about mutton.
Okay.
Do you like mutton?
I do like mutton. Is it going to be curried? Because I like curry mutton.
Well, hold on. We're going to have curry mutton.
Okay.
We're going to have steamed mutton. Anything. You know, Long Islanders are famous for mutton.
Right.
Flory Cartwright and her daughter Samantha, they went to the boat last night to get their mutton. So the mutton is already here in Nassau. Crab this, crab that, crab galore.
Okay.
Guess what? I got to put my glasses on to show you. Fish, snappers, jacks, crab and grits, crab and rice, crab and dough, crab soup. Okay. Also, roti.
Okay.
You like roti?
I love me some roti.
Okay, there you go. We got roti also. We got chicken, mutton, cow, shrimp, lobster, and there's this thing called burritos.
Okay.
I guess a Mexican kind of flavor. And also there's called something called curry bomb, which is like a curried fritter.
All right.
And it has meat in it.
Okay.
And so the things that we're going to have this year are going to be a little different. We just want you to come and enjoy.
Listen, so it sounds like we're going to have the International Food Festival 2 weekends in a row, right? You go this weekend to Botanical Gardens, and you come next weekend to Holy Trinity, a whole variety of food. But it won't just be food as well, because Holy Trinity talks about community and family. So will there be opportunities or events for the kids to get involved with at the fair as well?
Well, definitely, yes. We're going to have the traditional games for the kids. We're going to have the bingo. We're going to have hoopla. But we're also going to have a petting zoo and pony rides, so the children will be able to engage with the animals. But more importantly, you talked about the family. And so we're inviting the entire family. I'll bring grandma, bring grandpa, bring everybody. For grandma and grandpa who don't want to walk around all day long, because we go from 12 until midnight or whenever. We also want grandparents and everyone to come, so we have something called a chill zone. So in our chill zone, you can sit back, relax, put your feet up, and have a little mini massage. You have dominoes, checkers. It's for everyone. And we want them to be engaged and have fun as well, too.
I mean, that's a
chill
festival,
zone.
right? Ready?
Chill zone.
I don't know if I own enough to chill zone. Maybe I put some gray hair, because that mini massage sounds good. Okay, so you've got that going on, but you're also adding a dance component to it this year? So the youth get to also come out? So it's not just about the kids and Grammy. Like, you can get them teenagers and say, y'all come,
I was going to leave that for the grand finale, but since you brought it up, guess what? If anyone knows Vaughn Aubrey, we love to dance.
Love to dance.
Holy Trinity has a dance, a matinee. Now, this is the time of day, makes it perfect for members of a little older set. So our dance is from 5 to 9. And it's being organized by Jason and Eloise Moxie. Now look here, they are party people. They know how to hully-gully. They know every ball that. He don't love you. You know how to do the hully-gully. But guess what? Those of you who go to the Banana Boat reunion, this is what it is
Okay.
at Holy Trinity on the 20th. And it's only $15 to get it. And that $15 includes a drink. And you also have a photographer inside. So it's really good. So listen, come to Holy Trinity.
Listen, all you have to say is Holly Gully and I was there.
I got some friends out there who follow the dancing trends when it comes to of a certain set, the Holly Gully set. Yes, so I want them to come out also.
Excellent,
Yes.
excellent. So, Lavert, what about the young people, right? And what about, we've covered kind of the babies, we've covered the elderly, we've covered whatever age this is right here, because I can't call them something to get in trouble. But for people who may be just a bit younger in that youth zone, what type of activities will be there for them?
Definitely besides what she would have talked about for the kids, we also have a dance for the young people, which is going to feature DJ Overdose and DJ Cannon from 103.5 The Beat. And so we're definitely looking forward to that. And I mean, for anybody that needs a little bit of Christmas money, we have a grand prize raffle of $5,000 cash that we're going to be raffling off this next weekend as well. So I mean, for anybody that could use just a couple of dollars.
Just a couple of dollars. Just $5,000. Just $5,000. Just because. All right. So of course this happens next week, Saturday, October 20th. What time do you get started? 12 noon.
12 to get
going until about 12 midnight thereabout, or until all the comforters and mutton gone.
Exactly.
And is there a cost to get in?
$1.
$1. But you talked about our raffle. The top prize is $5,000 cash.
Wow.
So $1. Hey.
You can't beat that
right.
at all. All right. So can we follow Holy Trinity online to see what else is happening with the fair? Is there any website or Facebook page? Okay.
Facebook definitely. Just type in the Parish Church of the Most Holy Trinity. Of course, it will come up. You can just go on and you'll see a lot of our photos will be uploaded.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to all of you. Looking forward to the Fall Festival. And it becoming an annual event. All the best to you.
Thank you so much.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back. I gotta come Holly Gully now.
How are we making Rev work wonders for you? We are doing it together. You told us what you want, and we've heard you. Want faster broadband? How about speeds up to 1 gigabit per second? Want shorter house calls? 2 hours max. We promise. Want to take your entertainment anywhere? Well, your Rev Go Play app is here. Rev, we've heard you. You speak, we listen. Rev, you and us together.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Thank you so much for tuning into Bahamas at Sunrise today. Phil, I missed you this entire show, but we certainly had a good one. We hope that you will, of course, enjoy the entire weekend. We will see you here on Monday. Remember tomorrow to check out St. Matthew's Anglican Church Fair happening right there at St. Matthew's Church, which is just right there by the bridge, going from 12 noon until make it a wonderful weekend, everyone.